So quite a lot of people have a lot of mixed opinions about GCSE pods, and I think that's everyone has a different way of which they use it. Whether that's watching it non-stop for an exam, so when you wake up, putting GCSE pod on instead of some like internet video, and just going through that, having breakfast, having a cup of tea while watching. That sort of refreshing gives you some confidence that you are learning before this. And even if you're not actually learning anything from it, before the exam, that boosting confidence helps you. So going into an exam feeling a bit weary and a bit like you're worried, it's always going to go and spur into that nervous, negative energy. So actually thinking about, what I've just understood here, I get, and that sort of thing, even if it's like, it's really cringy about putting a smile on your face going into it, so you've got that sort of, it's not all going badly, that sort of perspective.
Yeah, so I use GCSE Pod mainly for English. I started using it for science, but I found it quite difficult to take in all the information because science is such a content-heavy subject. So I used it mainly for English when I wasn't really sure, because in English lessons we were reading through the books and teachers weren't really thoroughly going through like each characters and were giving us examples of exam questions but weren't really telling us what key quotes to remember. So I used to go through the English GCSE pods and make like a summary sheet per GCSE pod to make sure that I kind of was remembering quotes and taking in information, and not just key quotes, but it's useful to have another perspective on English, especially because it's a very subjective subject, so it's nice to have different opinions that aren't just from your teacher, I think. I think also what Rowan was saying about it being a confidence booster was also very true for me as well, because I used to use it for science. If I wasn't really, if I was so tired from doing loads of writing and stuff like that, I wasn't really able to do any past papers because I didn't have enough time. I could just do a quick go through some GCSE pods to give myself the confidence and to remind myself that I did know what I was doing.
I think if I quickly add something to always bounce off that, I think with the whole exams are tiring for everyone, and after my mocks I never went home to the past paper because I was absolutely exhausted because I'm not the greatest at writing, so if it was like an English exam I wasn't going to go home and then practice my English language exam for the next day. I found it much easier using something like a GCSE pod, always like a low calorie or like a low energy sort of revision resource, which you can just go into and you're still doing something, even if it's not writing reams and reams and reams.
Yeah, I think a great way of using it is to visualise your notes. If you don't learn just from reading notes or cramming, then it's a great way to be able to see what happens rather than just read it.